This is JT. Welcome to Body Weight Strength, the channel where I teach you how to gain serious lean mass and strength using only your body for resistance. In this video, what we're going to do is we're going to learn a new movement to strengthen the glutes, specifically the glute medius. The glute medius is an important muscle to address because as we age especially, deconditioning and weakening in the glute medius and the hip musculature in general leads to low back pain, referred pain to other places, and by strengthening those muscles, we can drastically reduce the likelihood of having low back pain and other issues as we get older. But also from an athletic standpoint, your glutes and your hip musculature are really important from a movement standpoint for all kinds of different purposes. And so oftentimes in training, people neglect the hip musculature and the glutes, and it's to their own detriment. So that's not what we're going to do. We're going to spend time addressing those, which if you've gone through my other videos, you can already probably see that. I'm going to demonstrate this movement. It's not complicated, but there are a few little tips to make sure that when you do it, you are actually engaging that glute medius and getting the most out of the movement. So without further ado, let's get to it. This movement is going to most closely mimic the glute abduction machine at a gym, which is where you sit, and it generally has adjustable, a stack of adjustable weight pads on the outside of the knees. And when you sit, and then you would basically press out against those pads like a clamshell, right? So that's why they call it clamshell or glute abduction. That's what we're gonna do here. And what we're going to do is use the body and the floor. And so you're going to work one side at a time essentially, and you're going to get into position. You're going to press down through the floor with this leg. And when you do this, to really get the emphasis on the glutes, make sure you're not leaning forward, okay? And even when you do this and you're coming up, you wanna come up and back just a little bit. So rather than straight up like this, it's going to be up and back just a little bit. So this would be the full movement. You're pressing down through the floor here with the outside of the calf and the ankle, and then I'll give you from the other side so you can see how it looks. Legs are about at about a 90 degree, well, a little less than 90 actually, or a little more than 90 I should say. And what you want to do is press down hard and bring your hips up as high as possible. So the higher that you're able to bring those hips up, the more work you're getting on those glutes, and you'll definitely feel that. As far as where to put your the angle of the leg, you can try it a little more pronounced or a little wider. But like with anything, as you practice, you're going to get better at the movement. So play with the ankle positioning, play with the angle, and perform some slow and controlled reps and see where you need to be positioned for you to feel the best engagement and the best work in the glutes. This particular movement, I'll do these till failure, usually 2 sets through per training session for lower body. I'm not working lower body every day. So that's why I'll generally have more than one work set per training session. But I love these for glute medius. Don't neglect your glutes. Number one, nobody wants a flat butt. But number two, for injury prevention, for athletics, for reducing low back pain and a host of other reasons, make sure you're training your glutes. Make sure you don't skip it. It's super important. And yeah, I can't stress that enough. Make sure you're training your glutes. Make sure you're training your lower body. I know lower body sucks, but it's a necessary evil. And as you start to really develop your lower body and you see results, you learn to like it, and you learn to look forward to leg day. So if you don't look forward to leg day now, don't worry, that's gonna come. You will start liking it, and you will start getting excited about it. Click subscribe if you haven't already. More videos to come. Thanks for bearing with me.